Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Suffolk County High School Hockey League, right here on the LI Sports Network. Second of 3 games here on the North Rink. We'll see if this second one can live up to the first one. The developmental teams of West Islip and Northport Huntington putting on a show moments ago, but this should live up to the billing. Eastport South Manor Sharks against the Smithtown Hauppauge Bulls. The Smithtown Hauppauge Blue freshman team here at the freshman level. 2-1-1 are the Sharks, 3-1-0 are the Bulls. Brady Campbell with you alongside Rowan Loddick on the camera. Gabe Takuri running our socials as well as our statistician here for tonight. As the Bulls come into this one riding high right towards the top of the freshman division. Of course, not far behind are the ESM Sharks. So Sharks sitting right in the middle of the pack at 8th place currently in freshman division. Last time out on the 20th of October, a 6-5 win and the tight one against Longwood. White leading the way for that one, as he often does. Kevin Beckman, 4 goals and 2 assists in that huge victory for the Sharks, and they look to keep the good times rolling here. They're on a 3-game point streak. Both wins were by 1 goal, 4-3 and 6-5 respectively. They do come in with a -1 goals differential, but they do have back-to-back wins against the 4 seed and the 3 seed in the standings. They beat Longwood. Previous to that, they beat Kings Park Comac. On the other side for the Bulls, their last time out, a somewhat stunning 12-1 loss to Southampton on October the 22nd. The lone goal in that game for the Bulls scored by Dylan Haas, as they look to turn things around, but they were on the roll prior to that. They got dominated by Southampton, who picked up their first win while handing the Bulls their first loss. But in all 3 of their wins, 5 goals, 9 goals, 13 goals, they are plus 11 in goal differential. We'll take a brief timeout, be right back for Puck Drop here on LI Sports Network between the Bulls and the Sharks. And we're back here on LI Sports Network, set for puck drop between Smithtown Hauppauge and Eastport South Manor. Bulls in the home white going left to right. In the row blue are the Eastport South Manor Sharks going right to left as the puck is down. We are underway. And we mentioned Dylan Haas, who scored the lone goal in that game for Smithtown Hauppauge in the 12-1 loss to Southampton. Well, he is between the pipes tonight wearing number 39. Looks like he has tape over the name. 39 is Leah Nichols, one of the 2 usual goaltenders here for the Bulls, who doesn't appear to be in attendance for this one here tonight. So Haas gets the start. And of course on the other side for Eastport South Manor, number 30, Austin Pagano, as a pass towards the front was picked off. Pagano in 4 games played, 3 starts. She has a 4.03 goals against and is 2-1-1 on the season. Sent in here by ESM. Around the boards it comes. Numbers in tight. A backhand try. It sneaks in. Haas, first test of the game. He gets a piece. Not quite enough. The Sharks get the scoring started. How about that move to get free? The backhand attempt gets a piece of it. Not quite enough, off the post and in. ESM hungry for another victory here to string a win streak together in the early going of the season as the calendar flips to November. A good start here in this one. And a chance for the Bulls save made. Pagano, rebound available. Smithtown Hauppauge unable to get a shot back on. Wesolewski keeps it moving to Shankles. Shankles towards the net, blocked down. They score on the rebound. And the Bulls answer right back. They tie the game at 1, and it is Michael Wesolewski who finds the rebound as he drives the net, number 24. These teams wasting no time getting the scoring started. It was Joseph Intravaya for ESM. Everett Shupp got the assist. And Wesolewski answers right back. And look out here, right off the faceoff. Breakaway score! Back and forth action, and the Sharks get another, this time off the stick of Shupp. He has a goal and an assist in just over a minute and a half. How about this start? And here they come again. Shot from the outside. Looked like just getting enough of a piece was Haas. Shankles gets the assist on Wesolewski's goal. There's a shot on, stick save. Behind the net it goes. Out to the blue line. Worked down low by Bonventure. To the line, holding for a moment, not out though. And another chance in tight, sneaks by Haas. Where is it? It stays out. How about this sequence? What a move that time. Tries to shelf in. Haas sneaks under his arm, had some help behind him. That close though to a 3-1 lead for Eastport South Manor. This time winning the faceoff is Jason Shankles. He goes across the ice. Sharks keep the pressure though dialed up here as they go to work once again in the attacking zone. Maniaci had it taken away and cleared ahead. This is James Petroselli back out to center. And now deep into the attacking zone. That's Tyler Onza, who now retrieves the puck and takes it behind the net. Mariella Iskro chops at it, goes down the ice. Brady Pettit to the near side. Iskro and Petroselli get there at the same time. And Petroselli will take the puck and start back behind his own net. Tried to feed it ahead. Second try gets it through. Puck still available. Galarenzi had it knocked away, and back the other way comes Smithtown Hauppauge over the line. Shankles had it stripped away from him. Galarenzi got stood up by Shao at the blue line, who separated him from the puck. Down the ice it goes. Puck up in the air as Wesolewski tries to center, picked off. And behind the net it goes, up the boards. Chopped at by Zachary Perigine, and we get a whistle here and the penalty upcoming. First of the game. It's against Smithtown Hauppauge, a cross check. Coming against Reed Malaszewski. First power play belongs to the Sharks of Eastport South Manor. Win the face-off right at the draw. Shot blocked. Comes to the near side. It's held in by Onza. Down it goes. This is Shupp. It's taken out high, and Anza steps in, shoots it wide. Wraps around the board. Schupp gets to it. Schupp defended at the line. Great job by Schau. Good hustle that time on the back check to ensure possession here for ESM by Bonventer. And he gets the wheels turning. Over the blue line. Takes it wide. Takes a shot. Shoulder save. Rebound. Tapped wide. And then diving on it at the side of the goal is Haas. He gets the whistle. The Sharks just keep coming here in the offensive zone with 4.5 played in period number 1. With hand-eye that time, holds it in for ESM. Halfway through the power play. Anza nearly gave it away. That time Shankles nearly took the puck back, but it's moved into the attacking zone. Pettit couldn't get it up the board. Shankles back on it to an open area of the ice. ESM takes possession back, but eventually it finds, looks like that was Werstein who gets it out, number 81. Right back in come the Sharks with speed, taking it wide and around the net. Pisano up top, slowed up. Great job holding it in. Bonventer moves it. Pisano, 20 left on the penalty. What a move. Shot stopped by Haas. Got him up high. He kept it out, and the Bulls will clear with 10 left on the penalty. Pagano keeps it moving quickly here. One last rush as the power play set to expire. Over the line they come. Shot from the outside blocked. And we're back to even strength. Clearing attempt picked off. Shot towards the goal. Deflected but wide. And getting to it, Dominic Schau. Michaels. Back for Schau. The high slot. Works his way to the circle on the backhand. Tries to feed it through. It didn't get there. And the Sharks look to clear. They'll get it out. Chopped at by Bonventer. Couldn't get it through. And the Bulls stump it back in as the Sharks complete some changes here. And we get a whistle. And it looks like too many players against ESM. It sounded like the official said. And we'll get the call here momentarily. And it looks like that will be the call. So the Bulls get their first power play upcoming. Looks like it will be Zachary Perigine who will sit for the penalty in the box. So too many players here against the Bulls. It was a bit of a scramble there on the line change, and the official called him. 8:34 left in period number 1 as Smithtown Hauppauge trails 2-1, goes to work on the power play. Shot goes wide off the face-off. Anthony Damaruma stripped of the puck. Nice move by Schupp, but lost his footing. That allows Malazewski to get back on it. Ahead, Gavin Delaney. Delaney takes the shot, goes wide. Comes to the near side. Connor Scully tries to move it. Delaney locks up along the boards, but Bonventer skates it ahead. Has a teammate with him in the form of Schupp. 2-on-2. Nice move. Takes it to the circle. Schupp towards the goal. Bonventer holds on to it. Drops it back to the corner. Near giveaway as Schupp applies the forecheck here on Malazewski. Halfway through the power play, halfway through the period. Still a 2-1 lead for ESM. Scully fires it in. Delaney on the forecheck off the glass. Donnarumma keeps it down low. Shankles has a teammate. Scully going to the goal. The pass got through just under his stick. Schau on it, has to keep it away from Schupp. And he does, and he moves in. Shao with the toe drag. Shao in tight, save Pagano, and poke the rebound away as well. What an individual effort there by number 10 in white. Could not get it through Austin Pagano. Pettit centers, back door. On the tape of one of the Sharks, could not clear though, and Shao loads one up. Blocked this time and room to skate, and potential numbers here for ESM. Sent ahead for Shupp, knocked away by Shao. And Schenkels will fire it in. Down the ice, no icing here. Just 6 seconds separated that Wasilewski goal from the Shupp goal that put ESM right back in front. And here they come again. That's Werstein, Petroselli. 6 minutes left here in the period. Puck available behind the goal. Sharks come away with it, and that potential numbers here up the ice. It's a 2-on-1. Pisano driving towards the goal. Shot, score! Not long after the penalty expires, ESM takes the 2-goal lead. It's now 3-1. Well executed 2-on-1 that time. ESM firing on all cylinders here to start. Everett Shupp. Perhaps another. I don't believe that was him. That's what it says on the official score sheet, though. Shot off the outside of the goal that time. And this time the Bulls clear off the stick of Wasilewski. I believe that was Joseph Intravaya, second of the game, and now it says Intravaya from Bonventer, so he's got 2. Here in the opening period, 5 minutes left in it. Centering pass doesn't make it through. Down low, Wasilewski tries to sneak it through Pagano. Could not. Backhand try, save Austin Pagano. Another try, and she swallows up that shot. Keeps her team in front by 2. And it looks like the Bulls just got a reinforcement from the locker room. Jonathan Wetzel. Very familiar last name in the Smithtown Hauppauge hockey community. Of course, David Wetzel is with the team for several years, now up playing for Fairfield. Cleared ahead, and this could be a break, and this is Intravaya again. Intravaya had it knocked away at the last moment, then got taken down. It's a penalty upcoming against the Bulls. And I believe the penalty might be against the goalie here. Tripping call. So the power play go the Sharks again. Delaney will serve it. As both teams now making last second changes. Well, the chance here for ESM to put an exclamation point on this opening period. Pass towards the point, picked off. And it is against the goalie, Dylan Haas. I thought it was one of the Bulls that caught Intravaya from behind, but it goes against Haas to the power play. Go the Sharks once again. Got past GL Renzi. Bonventer keeps it moving. This is Donnarumma. Pass Petroselli and out. Fritzen to an open spot of the ice. Wasn't too happy with himself after that pass, but it works out just fine for his team. Ends up back on his stick right here as he brings it in. Gains the zone. Flips it to the corner. Donnarumma. Blocked down by Isgro. Petroselli off the boards. Held in. Bonventer steps down the wall. Sweeps it towards the front. Knocked down. We get a whistle. And do we have another penalty? We do. Interference the call, this time against Brady Pettit. 5-on-3 now for ESM for 49 seconds with just 3:10 left in the period. To the corner it goes. Here's Wetzel. Up the boards. Held in. Brody Meyer in to help as well. And now it's Wetzel. Up the ice. Going perhaps a bit too fast there. Lost his footing. In to help though is Shankles. Took the puck away. Tries to stuff it on Pagano. Made the stop. Wetzel goes down, puck out of the zone. Meyer gets to the head of Schomp. Nearly gave it away. Dangerous pass just out of the reach of Perigine. Instead, shorthanded. Come the Bulls again. Here's Wetzel. Draws a hooking call with just as that first Bulls penalty expires. It looks like we'll be 4 aside for 1:11. And then the Smithtown Hauppauge power play on the way. Tyler Onza not happy with the call. Around it comes. Michaels fumbles it at the line but keeps it alive. It goes past Schau and Schupp will deflect it back out. Fritzen keeps it moving, 2-on-1. Fritzen has a man across, fakes the pass, now takes it. And it just went all the way through and fanned on. Smithtown Hauppauge back the other way. They cross wires though. Still works out at the line. Schau got the pass through to the slot save, Pagano. Stop Malazewski. Schau gets the puck back. Schau inside out, nearly got through. High off the glass, Michaels couldn't quite hold the line, and now it's another 2-on-1. Schupp with Pisano takes the shot. Getting a piece with the blocker that time was Haas. Turnover, Pisano from the circle, scores! Pisano strips the puck away and roofs it over Haas. It's 4-1, Sharks. Big goal there for the Sharks once again on the 4-on-4 as they take advantage. And then Travaia looking for the hat trick. And it stopped that time. Now to the power play goes Smithtown Hauppauge. Schau looking for a big goal for his team. Couldn't get through. Bonventer streaking in. Takes it wide. Knocks down Wetzel. Nice pass to the corner, self-pass there, and kept it moving. Shankles off the boards and out. Here comes Smithtown Hauppauge, 1-on-2, dying seconds of their power play. Poked ahead, Pagano out of her net. Knocks it away at the last moment. Here's Shankles, tries to move it up in the air. Meyer gloves it down, trying to get his hands free for a shot, fires it wide. Final seconds here of the first period. 15 left. Shankles. Bulls pressing for a late goal to get back into it. 5 left. Puck still tied up. Now goes behind. Wasilewski couldn't get it to the front. Taken away, and the first period comes to an end. All Sharks for the most part, at least. They lead 4-1 after a very strong showing in the opening 15 minutes. We'll be right back for the second period of play momentarily here on the LI Sports Network. Well, we're back for period number 2 here on the LI Sports Network. And also back, just entering the game here, number 39, Leah Nichols will take over for Dylan Haas. Between the pipes, Nichols on the season, 2 starts, 2-0 on the year. And, well, for her sake and the Bulls' sake, they'll probably get mad at me if I mention her goals against, but you could probably take a guess. As Dylan Haas heads back to the locker room, we'll probably see him in skater gear momentarily. As the puck is down on the second period, Brady Campbell alongside Gabe Takuri and Rowan Laddick on the board. It's a 4-1 lead for Eastport South Manor, a very strong showing in the opening period. Sitting at 2-1-1 currently on the season. Smithtown Hauppauge 3-1-0. These two teams not separated by much in the standings. And here come the Bulls trying to get a quick response to start period number 2 as that shot gets muffled wide off the stick of Andrew Malone. On the other side, Austin Pagano still in her net. She has looked very strong as per usual throughout the season, now wearing the C on her jersey this year as one of the captains for the Sharks. Petroselli holds it in as the Bulls go to work on the opening shift here. Nice move that time, but it pops out to the blue line. Pettit keeps the play alive offensively. Now it comes to the near side, knocked back out to center as the Sharks look to charge ahead. Pisano cuts to the slot, fires it high. Nichols looking to cover, she could not. Centering pass picked off. Well, first test of the game, not an easy one. Didn't quite have to make the save, though, as it went high. Malone back in. His teammates in a change. And had no choice there, but to give it up to Schupp, who took it from him. And then he lost the handle, and back the other way comes Smithtown Hauppauge. Schau working in. Knocked off his stick. Wetzel gets to it. Schupp up the boards. Wetzel able to hold it in. Now on the backhand down to the corner. Centering pass on goal. Pagano will stop and cover. Bulls trying to get a bounce back win. Stop the bleeding, if you will, after a somewhat surprising 12-1 loss to Southampton towards the end of October. After starting the season 3-0. Shot towards the goal, deflected just wide. Pagano may have gotten a piece of it. To the point it comes. Another try, this time knocked down, didn't make it through. Delaney centers it, got through off the skate of Schau. Wetzel holds it in, left point. Down low, Delaney behind the net, tries to wrap it in front. Schau pulls the trigger wide. Nearly hit his own teammate Delaney with the shot. ESM will clear. Down the ice it goes. Does it have enough for an icing? It does. 12:27 left here in the second period. Smithtown Hauppauge pressing for that second goal, trying to climb back into it. And it looks like the Bulls faithful to my left can sense that as well. Faceoff will be to the right here of Pagano. And it's won by the team in blue, the ESM Sharks. Pops out to Pagano again, and she'll cover. Looks like the Sharks will make a wholesale change here. With the faceoff deep in their own zone. Clinging to a 4-1 lead. I say clinging because the start of the period has been all Bulls so far, but they have not made a dent into the score sheet just yet. Oh, look out there. One of the Sharks loses an edge and crashes into Nichols. Schupp had it knocked off his stick, and here's Shankles. Wasilewski from the red line dumps it into the half wall, turned right back around though and out to center. Wetzel jams it on for Shankles, who from just beyond the blue line flips it in. Onza up the boards, bouncing puck comes back to him. And fed back out to neutral ice. Could have been a rush going the other way for ESM. Wetzel with a good defensive stick. Takes it behind the net, cutting out towards his own slot area through the circle. A little bit of a dangerous move there. It worked. And the Bulls will regroup here in neutral ice. Oh, the pass fanned on. Great initial recovery by Michaels to slow that play down. Pass through the slot, picked off, and here's Michael Wasilewski back the other way. Has the lone goal for Smithtown Hauppauge. Shankles. Michaels up top, shoots, easy stop. Pagano, the rebound, fanned on as it hopped over the stick of Wasilewski. Pettit on for Shankles. Shankles moving in, high glove, and it's stopped and held by Pagano. Looks like ESM was just kind of caught up in the play there. Only had one player back, partially back, and that was kind of a partial breakaway for Shankles. Just a good enough back check there to force him into a shot probably earlier than he would have liked, and Pagano makes the big save. Off the draw, puck bounces right through the slot. ESM with possession, deflected from the wrong side of the red line, but it's not an icing call, and Pettit gets to it first. To the line, held in, shot blocked. It works out though to the slot, shot off the post. I believe that was Intravia again. Beat Nichols, not the iron. And now behind the play, a breakaway here for Smithtown Hauppauge in on Pagano. What a save! Lorenzo Muratore couldn't sneak it through, and now Intravia is going to have one himself. Loads up a slapper and missed wide. Now it's Muratore back the other way, on for Malone to the circle. Shot deflects. Pagano has that one. Once again, one of the Bulls got lost behind the defense. And another great performance so far from Austin Pagano. As Muratore went to the backhand there, tried to catch Pagano leaning, and she just got back in time enough to get a piece of that one. So we have a stoppage here. I believe an equipment issue. Perhaps a mouthpiece. And I believe that's 86, Dylan Haas, who was the goalie. Now came out as a skater, but didn't quite have all his equipment, it looks like. And they're going to bring Schenkels back out onto the ice to take the face-off. So after all that, face-off comes back to Wetzel. Slapper goes wide. And the Bulls hold it in. Schenkels around the boards. Anza gets to it. Just under 9.5 left here in the second period. Score's not changed since the first. And it looks like that puck ended up in the Bulls bench and out of play. Smithtown Hauppauge, known for their goal scoring ability so far in this season. They put up 5, 9, and 13 in their wins. Of course, their last time out, though, that tough loss where they only put up 1 as Nichols makes that save. Still plus 11 in the goal differential department coming into this game, but they have been shut down by Austin Pagano and this ESM team so far. This is Haas back out there, number 86. Valiant effort between the pipes. Now in the spot he's more familiar, but the puck taken back by Schupp. Bonventure trying to find it. Haas wrestles the puck away. Haas has 6 goals and 3 assists on the season. He scored that 1 goal in that loss. SCHSHL brings it in and fires it high. Centering pass blocked down. Kicked along, still available. Donnarumma stepped up to try and hold it in. Now Wetzel has to keep it out of harm's way. And just able to do so. Good effort that time. Starts the play ahead for Schau. Over the line, Schau drops it off. Haas down low, great pass on, and once again Pagano comes up big, and the puck looks like it's underneath her as she robs Delaney in tight. What a play this is too, over the line. Schau with the drop pass to Haas. And then able to work that puck over for Delaney on the one-timer. Pagano's been under fire here in the second. Still a 4-1 game though. Schenkels, a couple nice moves. Couldn't get the shot through, blocked down in front. And there's Intravaya. Jalorenzi going to the goal. He'll have to catch it in the corner. Now he's checked to the boards. Pops out to the circle. 2 fresh bodies out there defensively for ESM. And Smithtown Hauppauge brings it ahead. Bonventure moves it high off the glass. Kept alive for a moment, now taken away. And here he comes, 13 in blue. Bonventure takes it wide. Swings it towards the net, knocked down by Schenkels. Keeps the play moving for Reed Malazewski. Cross ice for Wasilewski. He was in his skates. He kicked it ahead. Now it's Bonventura, a little past the halfway point of the hockey game. This is a 2-on-0. Intravaya, Schupp, shoots, save, Nichols. This time on the other end, it's Leah Nichols who makes the big save, keeping her team within 3 on a 2-on-0. It's like Schupp says, I'll take it myself here. Try to sneak it 5-hole. Nichols holds her ground. And we do have a goaltending change for ESM. Austin Pagano will leave the game, and it looks like that will be Elijah Moran, I believe, coming in for ESM. 1 start on the season for Moran as Nichols made the save. Rebound popped down. And it's cleared away. 2.57 goals against on the year for Moran. Pisano fires, right pad save. Chopped at. Fought back out to center by Muratore. Dumped in. Wetzel gets back on it. 6 minutes left here in the second. Muratore tries to streak it ahead for Malone. It hit a stick, and Malone will double back. Muratore stepping up on him with Schupp. Schupp couldn't get it through Malone. Malone from the red line fires it around. Muratore gets there ahead of Anza. Anza took the puck away. Held in. Pops out to the circle. To the blue line. Held in. Loading up a high shot. That goes over the goal that time. Was Brody Meyer. Once again, the Bulls going to work here, though, in the O-zone. Cross-ice feed. Meyer with the puck on edge. Getting a piece of it that time was Moran. Puck center out in front. They score! ESM gets the first here of the middle frame with just 4:50 left in it. And it's Zachary Perigine. Good hard work in the corner, and he finds himself open in front. Just able to slide it past the diving Nichols. And that is the first goal that Leah Nichols has given up this season. That's quite an impressive run right there. Now a 5-1 game, though, for ESM. Battle for it just inside the blue line. Sharks dig it free. Chipped ahead. Haas, though, keeps it alive. Haas shoots, stopped and held. .421 left here in the second period. Much more even period, but the only goal belongs to the Sharks. So they make some last-second changes. Second of 3 games here tonight. First of 2 freshman games. Coming up next, Connect-Watsonville Red against Sachem. As Haas shot didn't get through. Schau gets to it. Couldn't get it to Donnarumma. Schau, though, able to retrieve it and hold it in. Haas has to keep it away from Kevin Beckman. It's the first time we've called his name tonight. I believe he just showed up here for ESM, and that definitely means bad news for Smithtown Hauppauge. But the Bulls have the puck here. Haas fights through. Great effort. It was knocked off his stick at the last moment. Donnarumma throws it down to the corner, pops out in front. Chipped away by Beckman, and a big reverse hit that time as he ran over Pettit. And I believe it's going to be penalized as the ref's arm is in the air. 3:24 left, and we'll get the call. Roughing the call against Beckman. May have come up a little higher than he wanted on Pettit, but the power play for Smithtown Hauppauge. Still late in the second, but down 4. The way this game has gone, goals have been hard to come by. It does somewhat feel like a must score here for the Bulls, and instead it's Schupp the other way. Schupp moving in. Backhand doesn't get it to go. Sharks dialing up the pressure here, though, still short-handed. held in at the point. Nice move by Schupp. From the slot, glove save, Nichols. Couldn't slide that backhand past her, and then here, a nice move to work himself free in the slot. Looking to go high glove. Couldn't get it through. 1:33 left here on the power play. For Smithtown Hauppauge, face off in their own end though. Iskro wins it back. Given back to Wetzel, and now he looks to find an open spot. Patch of ice up the ice, keeps him moving. Centering pass, bounces all the way through. Wetzel gets there. Wetzel trying to shake free of the forecheck out high. Now it's tied up at the half wall. Comes back Wetzel. Just banks it down to Wasilewski. For Schenkel scores! How about that shot? Not much room, short side, but he roofs it. And it's a power play goal for Smithtown Hauppauge. Good pass there to Schenkels. Wasn't sure what he was going to do with it, but he picked his spot and placed that shot perfectly, and that's a huge goal to get the Bulls here somewhat back into the hockey game. Still down 3. Just over 2 minutes left here in the second period. And here's Wasilewski trying to catch up to that puck. Great diving play in the corner. Looks like that's Everett Schupp. It's been everywhere tonight. And now the Sharks bring it ahead. One of the Sharks that looks like blew a tire, that's Fritzen, and now potential numbers for the Bulls back the other way. Schenkels to the circle. Nice move. Schenkels just fired it wide. Looks like he took himself a little bit of an angle there. And then he was looking for Wetzel at the point. Great play. And now it's in Travaia. Breakaway. Scores! This time they sneak it through. It's a hat trick for Joseph Travaia. And an immediate answer. Schenkels nearly at back-to-back goals down one end. Instead it's Travaia. Just gets that one past Nichols, and it's 6-2 ESM with 92 seconds left in the period. They win the ensuing draw and look to start ahead again. Pisano past Beckman. Now it's Malone. Pisano took it from him. Anza kept it moving. Petroselli, though, holds it. Petroselli down to the corner. Wrapped around. Beckman will try to get fancy with it there, but instead it settled down for Meyer, who hammered it wide. And crucial keeping that time from the Bulls. Pass across, and that shot fanned on as Muratori went to load up the slap shot. Now it's Beckman. Brings it ahead, 2-on-1. Schupp going to the goal. Beckman, nice move, curls back with it. Looking for Pisano. It popped off his stick. And charging ahead with it is Malone. It was knocked off his stick. And Beckman involved in another collision with Donnarumma. And someone's getting penalized here. Interference to call. I think it's going to be against Beckman again. That time a lot more inadvertent. And he's not happy with that call, and he certainly has a case there. 20.8 left here in the second period. So down 4. Smithtown Hauppauge will get a power play, try and get it back within 3 again. Late here in the period, Meyer, high shot, in and out of the glove of Moran. 10 seconds left in the frame, held in Perhaps time for one last try towards the goal. 5 seconds left, tied up in the circle. Haas digs it free. They won't be able to get one towards the net. And it will be a minute 40 of power play time for the Bulls, down 4 to start the third period. Much more back and forth period that time. Plenty of action, plenty of breakaways. Goals, good saves, it had it all. ESM leads by 4, 6-2 as we head to the third. "15 minutes to play here on LI Sports Network. It's a 6-2 lead for the Eastport South Manor Sharks as they look to improve to 3-1-1 on the young season. Smithtown Hauppauge Bulls in danger of dropping 2 in a row for the first time this season. They do have a minute and 40 left of power play time to start period number 3. Wasilewski and Iskro to take the draw, and it comes to Pettit on the near side, and the third period's underway. Pettit swings it towards the front, couldn't get it through. Wasilewski holds it in, takes a shot knocked down. Up the boards it comes. Wasilewski has it poked off his stick, and giving it a run in Travaia. He has a hat trick here tonight. Wetzel back in, shot on goal, stopped by Moran, and he gets the cover. Brady Campbell with you here from the rinks, along with Gabe Takuri on the board and Rowan Loddick on the camera. Second of 3 here on the first night in November. Had a thrilling developmental game to kick off the evening with a 6-5 win for West Islip over Northport Huntington. And then Sachem and Connecticut Sayville freshman action coming up after this. Petroselli lost his stick. It comes to Wasilewski over the line. Takes it to the near side. Just sweeps it right through the slot. It was taken away. And the SM with numbers starts ahead, and Travaia couldn't settle. Otherwise, he would have a step in the partial breakaway. Now it's Meyer. Meyer gains the zone. He's by himself, takes the shot. Moran makes the save. There's Bonventure back over the line to the slot. Holds on to it, takes the shot. Nichols may have gotten the piece as it flipped the outside of the goal. Stretch pass, Dominic Schau. Skate to stick. Got tied up, that'll do it for the power play. As ESM, strong showing, shorthanded there, and the second half of it here in the third period. Shot towards the goal goes wide. Bouncing puck, Donnarumma, shot towards the goal, deflected. Would have been close to a high stick, but it missed the net. Now it's Iskro. Haas gets tied up. Schenkel's on it. Wetzel just holds it in towards the goal. It hits someone in front. Ends up in the corner. Schenkel's on it again. Bouncing puck Donnarumma just held it in and just kept it away from the oncoming forechecker. In the form of Everett Schutt. Now it's Wetzel. Down low, Haas. Haas trying to center. Got it through Schau. Pass to out to Handel. Moves it back for Haas. His shot slowed up, and Moran will cover. .12-13 left here in the third period. And the story of goaltending so far for Smithtown Hauppauge. Dylan Haas actually started the game between the pipes. One of his first starts as a goalie. And he made some impressive saves until Leah Nichols showed up. And she has certainly looked good between the pipes, but ESM still maintaining their 4-goal lead. On the other side, Elijah Moran looks great so far. And Austin Pagano is phenomenal, especially as the Bulls pushed early on in that second period. Schupp nearly gave it away. It's held in by the Sharks. Here's Michael Wesolewski, keeps it moving. Malone couldn't clear. A couple of players get tied up. That's in Travaia. Pops back up to his feet. And now Malone finds a path out. Malone over the line. Malone, nice move down low. Just didn't get enough on the shot. And he missed wide. Anza puts it up over the glass and out of play. Both teams make wholesale changes here with 11:18 to go in period number 3. Schau tries to go forward with it on Iskro. Haas in to help, fanned on the shot. Had a good look from the top of the circle. Mariella Iskro to the line, and then Haas moving in, knocked down, rebound cleared away. Kept alive down low. Delaney swings it to the front, what a save! Moran robs Haas point blank with the glove. Hands to his head. Looks skyward, he can't believe it. That's your save of the night right there. Could have been a huge goal for Smithtown Hauppauge, just trying to climb back into this game, get some momentum. And instead, Elijah Moran picking up where Pagano left off, and this duo has just been stellar all season. Bonventer keeps it moving. Here's Beckman. It's been a rough game for Kevin Beckman as he showed up about halfway through, and he's taken 2 penalties, the second of which was a bit of a closer call, as now he takes it behind the net. Throws it out high. Return to him at the half wall. Feeds it on, a shot. Pinballs around, on goal. Nichols kicked it out with the right flipper. Pass off a skate and down the ice. Jalorenzi with 10 minutes remaining in regulation time. A 6-2 lead still here for ESM. Beckman, full head of steam. Watch out. Kevin Beckman to the circle. Blocker save Nichols. Beckman takes it again. To the circle again. And another stop with the blocker. Down the ice this goes, and it'll be on goal. And forced to make a save, Moran. Schau. Nearly with the takeaway. Great play defensively that time by Bonventer from his knees. A shot on, save Moran. Here's Beckman. Saucers it around near side to far. Held in, shot on from a long ways out, swallowed up by Moran, and he gets the whistle. .9:04 left here in the third period. Face off to the right of Moran. That's won cleanly by Smithtown Hauppauge. Shot off a body and wide. And here's Shankles. Up top. Shot. Blocker save. Another try from the side of the goal, and Moran's got that one. Dylan Haas, 9 points. Jason Shankles, 8. Both kept at bay here tonight by this ESM defense and goaltending. Shankles with the stick lift, but it comes back out to center ice. Wetzel spins it away to Shankles. Glove down at the line. And deflects back on to center. Meyer up in the air. Pisano taken away by Meyer for a moment, and Travaia intervened and took the puck back. Now it's Wasilewski. Malazewski with him. Malazewski tried to go back to Wasilewski. It was defended that time. Shankles with the steal. Centering pass ends up off of Anza's skating at the side of the net where it's cleared away and back out. And now a foot race, and it's won here by ESM. What a move, they score! 7-2 Sharks. What an effort. That time by Luca Pisano. Hunts that puck down, turns into a breakaway. He does the rest. Nice move on Nichols in tight. Halfway through period number 3. That's the only goal of the third so far. And now it's the biggest lead for the Sharks here tonight. Fired around the boards. Bonventer gets to it. Gets forced back up the ice. Doesn't get the pass through. Will take it up himself. To the backhand. Shot doesn't go. Steers it behind the net. Pettit separated his opponent from the puck. Shot towards the goal ends up wide. Around the boards it comes. Settled down by Beckman. Swings it down low. Far side to near. And it comes back out. Here's Stores. Flips it back in. Take away Beckman. As Iskro going to the goal. Nice move by Kevin Beckman. And eventually lost the handle. Donnarumma stumbles down to the ice. Beckman using the body that time to box out Malone. Maintains possession. And a bank pass up the ice. Pettit the only one there. Swings it on Muratore for Malone. Loads up a slapper. He scores. What a shot that was by Andrew Malone. Makes it a 7-3 hockey game. A howitzer high glove that time. He beats Moran. Starting to get into too little, too late territory. Is now it's still a 4-goal deficit. Nichols swings it out of harm's way. Delaney gets to it. Now it's Onzo. Misses to the head. It gets through Lorenzi, who now takes it, centers it. Blocked down in front and then fired wide. Had Nichols out of position there. Couldn't get it through. Schau for Delaney. Steers it in deep. Anza on it. Delaney waiting for it, but it popped off his stick. And back the other way with numbers come the Sharks. To the slot. Shot on. Right pad save. Pops right back out. And another try. Doesn't make it through. Look out. Nearly ended up in the penalty box that time. High off the glass. No, a try. Nichols the save. Knocks the rebound away. Lorenzi keeps the play alive in the O-zone. Here's Schupp. Schupp dancing at the blue line. Moves it down to the corner. This is Wetzel. Lorenzi knocked it away and plays it back into the corner with just 4.5 on the clock. What a performance tonight from ESM top to bottom. Here's Haas over the line. Nice move. Haas towards the front, separated from the puck. Michaels behind the net. Anza and Haas lock up. So battle down in the corner in favor of the Bulls, but instead Schupp emerges with it. Tries to get it through the Pisano, could not. Pisano, though, staying with it, keeping the pressure on Wetzel. Turned on goal, save made, rebound, they score. How about that effort in tight? Pisano's got another. He's able to sneak it through Nichols. And that makes it an 8-3 game. Not much room there. He's still able to pull that to his backhand and get the quick shot away. That should be the exclamation point here tonight. With 3.5 remaining. This is Shankles. For Wasilewski, taking down another penalty upcoming. And that is against Kevin Beckman. And it's been a good night for the Sharks. It's been a rough night for Beckman as he goes for tripping. .325 left here in period number 3. Power play opportunity for the Bulls. Might not matter much in the outcome. And a dangerous pass there. D to D, knocked back out to center. Meyer kept it moving. Donnarumma. Forced back behind his own net for Wasilewski. And Travaia. Wasilewski, 2-on-2, up the ice they come. Malazewski, Schenkels behind him. Malazewski with the test of Moran, stops and covers. Look ahead here for the Sharks. 2:44 away from a victory here tonight. Muratore, 1 second here as he tried to dance through, could not. Their next game for ESM, November 8th, 8 p.m. puck drop against Smithtown Hauppauge Red. That should be a good one. Two of the top teams here at the freshman level. Behind the net it goes. Fritzen takes it wide. Moves it down for Anza. Anza looking towards the net. Fall on goal. Saved by Nickel. She gets the rebound as well and holds on. Next up for the Bulls, also November 8th. That's a 9:30 p.m. puck drop versus Middle Country. So both teams back-to-back Saturdays in action. .39 ticks left here on this Bulls power play, but get a whistle here and they're running the clock down a few seconds, it looks like. And I'm assuming a timeout call here. With 2:01 remaining. So an 8-3 lead for ESM. And a huge win here for them tonight. 2-1-1 start. Not a bad start by any means, a pretty good one, but they were in 8th place coming into the freshman division year in, year out, always tightly packed. Not far behind the Bulls, though, and they'll be neck and neck now after the conclusion of this one. So out of the timeout, face-off will be deep in the Smithtown Hauppauge zone. Muratori gets to it. Ahead for Haas. Haas dips the shoulder to the slot. Save made. Big rebound goes to Wetzel in the corner. He goes down. We play on. Now the official trying to get out of the way. Final 10 here of the penalty. And Travaia. Muratori holds it in. 2 seconds and 1. Back to 5 aside. Muratori lets one go. Save Moran and he covers. Another good-looking kill for ESM to close this one out. 80 seconds left on the clock. One last reminder, coming up next, more freshman hockey. Final game of the evening. Connecticut Sayville Red against Sachem. Beckman back on the ice, chips it ahead. Here comes ESM into the attacking zone. Pass just a bit too far out of Beckman's reach to settle. .60 seconds remaining here. And a strong-looking win for ESM tonight to get back to 2 games over 500. Shupp pass didn't make it through. Beckman has to take it back out to center. He'll eat some more clock. Pettit just fires it down the ice. Beckman back behind his goal. 30 left. Navigates his way through 2 forecheckers. Now brings it ahead. Beckman takes it wide. Down to the corner, finds his way out of danger. Back to Anza, one last try, blocked down in front. Comes towards the net, but wide, 5 left. Shupp backhands one wide, and that'll do it. 8-3 the final tonight as Eastport South Manor takes down Smithtown Hauppauge Blue. And the Sharks improve to 3-1-1 on the season. They get points 6 and 7. And move right up with the Bulls in the middle of the pack. Bulls drop to 3-2-0. And now the Sharks and other teams may be closing a bit on them as they now have dropped 2 straight. That'll do it for our coverage of this one. One more freshman game on the evening. We'll be right back momentarily with that coming up next. That'll do it for our coverage here of this one. For Rowan Laddick on the camera, the Swiss Army knife, Gabe Takuri running the board. I'm Brady Campbell signing off. The final score of this freshman matchup, the Eastport South Manor Sharks 8 and the Smithtown Hauppauge Bulls 3. You've been tuned in to the Suffolk County High School Hockey League right here on the LI Sports Network.